Namaste, friends. I don't know if you're experiencing any kind of weird energies, but I'm going to tell you it's Mercury retrograde way before it goes into retrograde. Okay, so I haven't been on the platform because I was doing a personal reading on Sunday. My mic went out, absolutely went out. No microphone at all. And so I was gonna order a new one. And then I went to plug my old one in. I thought, well, maybe it's the cord. I changed the cord, no mic. So I thought, oh, well, it's just gone bad. I don't know what happened. But I plugged it back in and now it's working perfectly. Don't know, just apparently I was not supposed to give some messages, but it is Twin Flame Tuesday, and I know I have a lot of twins out there that are looking for some information about the energies they're experiencing, particularly right before this full solar eclipse in the new moon in Aries, the second new moon in Aries, and it's a biggie. So I don't know if you're feeling a shift. I'm feeling a shift. I'm starting to notice indications of a shift. So apparently I wasn't supposed to give this message until today. So I think Spirit just kind of put me on mute for a bit. So we're going to focus on the twin flame energies. And by the way, I did have somebody give me some constructive criticism. I appreciate your constructive criticism. Somebody said I shuffle too much and it's distracting. I appreciate that. Thank you for your feedback. If I can make the readings easier for you to attune to, then it just gets the messages out. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle a little bit, and then I'm going to pull cards. How's that? Let's take the bottom card. This is the Rumi deck. Blessings of Zahara, 39 card, which is a 12 card, which is a 3. And then the top of the deck is She Offers the Sacred Wine, So Drink. And that's a 32 card, which is a 5. Okay, so here are the two cards. Feels like masculine and feminine energies, although they're both very feminine. This one says she offers the sacred wine, so drink. So this is, I feel like, a message for the divine masculine, that the divine feminine is offering her sacred wine, so drink. So I'm going to put this on the divine masculine side. And then this one's the Blessings of Sahara. I'm going to look this one up because it's not pretty straightforward. It's a 39. I'm going to give that to the divine feminine, but let me check what it is. And I'm not going to read the poem. I'm just going to... This oracle... Okay. You are encouraged to complete a sacred honoring ritual to stay adequately hydrated and to be moderate rather than excessive in your approach. Give your body and mind time to rest and replenish so that blessings can be fully received. And then if something appears to be leaving your life, even if it's something painful, it is because it's no longer healthy for you, no longer supporting life for you. There's something more loving and beautiful waiting. Do not try to feast upon the scraps. Stop scraping in the dirt for stale breadcrumbs. Rise up and move toward the seat at the heavenly table gleaming before you, for a great feast awaits. So don't settle for scraps. And I think we talked about that in a reading maybe on Saturday, the Fairy Godmother reading. I think it was, if I'm reflecting on the right reading, it was about the divine feminine is no longer accepting scraps from anyone. She is, it's either going to be a positive, healthy relationship or nothing at all. So let's pull from the Lover's Oracle. Okay, we're going to take those messages. There's quite a few. Let's start with this one. Sexual union. Honor the place in one another where you are one eternal soul, for there you will find true bliss. I'm going to put that over here with the Divine Masculine side. Time. You are trying too hard. Give it time. So if there's something that you're pushing, trying to make happen, it's not divine timing, and the divine is going to orchestrate that. Forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. And that is a really important card about forgiveness, because if you have not forgiven your twin, then you have not forgiven yourself. Remember, whatever energy you push toward your twin is energy that is going to be reflected to you. So think about if there's something you haven't forgiven yourself about, or that you're projecting kind of onto your twin about any kind of past issues. You've elevated beyond that. Last message. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. We've seen a lot of these cards recently. The sexual union card, the card about criticizing, and then time. Give it time. There's an element of time here that we need to honor. Divine timing, or something is just not the right time, we want to go ahead and just accept it. Don't put up resistance. It's kind of like with my microphone going bad. I mean, I could have rushed right out and bought another microphone. I could have just tried to do it on my computer, but I just felt like the resistance would be in contradiction to what Spirit was guiding me to do. The equipment failed for a reason, because it's working perfectly now. I have no explanation, none whatsoever. So I feel that that's more of intuitively, it was just the messages were not meant to get out, because it wasn't the right time. And I trust that. I trusted that. If something goes wrong, there's a reason. Okay, Knight of Wands. I'm going to take these. King of Pentacles. Page of Swords. So we have a page, a knight, and a king, all masculine energies. This feels like there's a part of the divine masculine who wants to rush forward and say, I probably didn't do everything right. And this is the energy that I'm feeling. It's not my interpretation of the card. It's like, I want to just clear the air kind of thing. I want to rush forward, because the divine masculine is feeling the divine feminine kind of pulling away, standing in her sovereignty and her power. She's not taking crumbs anymore, and he knows this. But he's in this resolute energy, like, well, if I do that, I might be compromising my ego, my stability, my sense of self-worth. So they're just watching. They're watching your social media. They're watching you through, you may be going into the grocery store and they're parked in the parking lot. I know that's kind of creepy, but they're just kind of like driving by your house, or if they don't live in proximity, they're watching. They're Googling you to see if there's anything. If you're involved in your community, they're looking at your community posts on Facebook, like, if you have a community group. It's just kind of cyber stalking, but not in a really negative way. Now we have the Queen of Pentacles and Temperance. This masculine could still be connected to another person, as the King and Queen of Pentacles are here. That's a royal couple, but it also makes me feel like he's afraid that the rational, down-to-earth side of the divine feminine would reject him. And that's really making him feel uneasy. There's an energy here of I don't want to say immaturity, but it's almost like a not wanting to see themselves, not wanting to be realistic about who they truly are. It's a facade. There feels like there's this facade here. It's not really who they are. Okay, so it feels as though the divine feminine offered herself to the divine masculine in the past. Sorry, I got an itch. Possibly physically, but she made herself available as an offering, not a physical sexual offering, but as a divine connection, willingness offering, willingness to work on the connection, willingness to come into union, willingness to be supportive energetically and loving to the divine masculine. But he took it in his egoic, sexual way. So it feels like the divine masculine probably thought this was all about sex. It felt so good because it was about sex. Felt so good. It was so cosmically energetic, because it was so deeply connected, but they didn't see past the sex. And then they were so self-satisfied with their kind of accomplishment. Like, you know, I was able to while my way into a sexual liaison with somebody that I felt very connected to, but it wasn't the right approach. And so, the energy is here. It feels as though they were very Don Juan-esque, you know, very gallant and, you know, seductive, erotically seductive. It was almost like this was a conquest, a Don Quixote kind of conquest, Don Juan and Don Quixote kind of combined. And this is then, it's like, you know, they kind of walked away with the feeling of self-satisfaction. It fed their ego. They may have walked toward another, like in a conquesting kind of way, or they may have gone back to a committed relationship. But now they're looking back and they're saying, why do I feel so differently now? It's almost like they've had the epiphany of about what connections are. They may know about twin flames, they may not, but they know something's different. They can't seem to, this energy is subverting their belief in themselves because they thought they had it all figured out. And the divine feminine was very hurt by that. It was almost like she said, you know, if this was just about sex, you know, you used me and that doesn't feel good to me. And so then she's like, I'm not going to be used by anybody. This was her great discovery of self-worth. This Temperance card here, it feels like the divine masculine had the emotional high ground because he wasn't in his authentic self. He was in his ego, and that gave him a sense of power. And now it feels as though he's really questioning. Number one is ethics and morals. Number two, who he is. Is this who he wants to be? That's just what I'm getting from the cards. Let's see the bottom of that deck. Yeah, see? He's carefully considering, is this really what I want? He's contemplating. Is this what I have manifested in my life as who I am? Is this the person I want to be? I'm now starting to realize that maybe I should invest differently in myself. Maybe I want to be a different person. Maybe I want to be in this connection. Let's pull some from the Divine Feminine. That was the traditional Rider-Waite. This is the totally Zen'd Out Journey Tarot. I love this deck. I haven't used it in a while. So that's the storyline that I'm getting. I'm just going to shuffle a bit and then I'm going to pull cards. If they don't pop out, I won't shuffle forever, I promise. I didn't realize that annoyed you guys. Okay. Three of Swords. Remember when I said it was painful? The Divine Feminine was like, you just used me. You know, I'm hearing some pretty strong language. I'm going to take the bottom of the deck. Six of Swords. She moved on. She said, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not going to be this emotional blanket for this person. The High Priestess. She gained a lot of spiritual wisdom over this process, but she had to identify her self-worth. Ace of Wands. From henceforward, again, reiterating in the reading, she's not putting up with lower vibration behavior at all. She's in the fifth dimension. If she's not there, she's close. But now she realizes how she feels, what a low vibration transition it is to allow yourself to be used by somebody. Instead of honoring the sexual offer from the Divine Feminine, he used it as an ego clout. I don't know why I said ego clout. That's just the word that came up. Okay, I'm not shuffling too much, but the right cards will come up. Oh yeah, here's the World. She put an end to that. She's like, you know what? I don't care if, I have to be in separation from my twin. As long as it takes, I will not go back to this low vibration behavior. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords, baby. Absolutely. All right, I'm going to pull something from the Energy Oracle, and let's find out something else. I did see in the pre-shuffle manifesting miracles. The Divine Feminine is manifesting miracles in her life because she is in the 5D. She's caught on to the fact that, she co-creates with the universe, and being in high vibe attracts higher vibrational experiences and things that she desires to her. Whereas when she was in this low vibration, hurtful energy, it just seemed like she was in a very negative feedback loop about her own self-worth. Okay. Let's see. There we go. See how easy this is? All right, we have Door to Romance, 33 card. Anxiety. And Archangel Uriel. I'm going to look that one up. Let me pull my Energy Oracle. The 7th chakra. Spirit connections, intuition, and inspiration. Okay. Now is a great time to get connected. The assistance from the Spirit is great, and whether it is in the presence of an ascended master, a powerful angel like Uriel, or just a loving friend or family member in spirit, their love and willingness to assist is always there. They even open you to the Akashic records, the storehouse of all information. This connection is open now, and you will find that your own spirit and the spirits of those around you will be able to provide the answers you seek and the blessings you desire and deserve. Okay. Here's an affirmation. My 7th chakra is open to perfect, healthy state. Love and inspiration from spirit and my own intuition flow fully to me now. And there is the High Priestess in this reading to affirm that. So this feels like we have the Door to Romance, Anxiety, and this Connection card. It feels like to me from these 3 cards, the Divine Masculine is like wanting a do-over. But he's so afraid to come forth because he is no longer in that ego. He is vulnerable. And he now realizes that the Divine Feminine has her sense of power and sovereignty, and she's not taking foolishness anymore. So he's like this stressed out. I'm surprised we haven't seen the Nine of Swords. And this is a 8 and 1 card, which is a 9. This is almost Nine of Swords energy. And this feels like 3 of Cups in a way, but there's also like this 3 of Swords energy. He's terrified. He's terrified to approach. This is the energy I'm getting. He knows that he will never have an innocent offer from the Divine Feminine to support his ego. Her offer was genuine. When you first connected with your divine, when the twins first connected, the Divine Feminine gave a authentic, open-hearted offer of love. And the Divine Masculine kind of turned that into a sexual conquest. That's the energy I'm getting. And the Divine Feminine was very hurt by that. But now he's starting to reflect. Number one, he's gone back to the karmic. It doesn't feel the same. Or he's gone on to another relationship and it doesn't feel the same. So then he started wondering, what exactly did he do that for? And he realizes that it feels like dark night of the soul for him. Maybe a tower moment, an epiphany came through. I know we saw 2 towers not too long ago in the twin flame reading. That it's almost like, I don't want to say the Divine Masculine's waking up, because I'll be quite honest, many of them never really fully become awakened and enlightened. They just feel the pull. They feel the significance. They just don't know what it is. Many of them never go on their spiritual journey like the Divine Feminine. The Divine Feminine leads the way. All right, I'm just going to see, what else do we need to know? I know I always interrupt myself. Queen of Swords in the challenged position. He's terrified. He's terrified that the Divine Feminine has moved on, has seen through his bullshit, his ego, and has said, that's not for me. So he's terrified. He's anxious. He wants to move forward because nothing else seems to fit anymore. My Divine Masculine said it this way: there's always something missing. And that missing becomes very pronounced. That whatever is missing is very pronounced in their relationships. So they're it's almost like the Divine Masculine is saying, you know, I need to go back to this. There's an answer there for me. There's something there for me that I need to know. It's the piece that's missing that they intuitively feel drawn to. Not just through curiosity, but their soul. It's a soul siren to them. All right, let's see what else. Anything else that we need to know from the Divine Masculine's energy? 4 of Swords may be very quiet right now. You know why? Because they're terrified. They are so afraid that if they come toward the Divine Feminine and say, you know, looking back, I probably didn't react in the greatest way. At the time, it felt like a sexual conquest. And I'm, you know, just being truth and transparent. But now I realize it's much more than that. I realize there's a connection here, or I just feel drawn to you. I can't get you out of my mind. And those 3 of Swords that are like hanging above him, he's afraid that the Divine Feminine's going to hurt him the way that he hurt her. This is an unusual reading. Okay, anything else, Spirit? Anything else? Okay. Put the deck down. This is the Hierophant. This is the acquisition of spiritual knowledge. We have a 4 and a 5. Progress. But they're not coming toward you right now because of this card just dropped. This is the Page of Cups. And I just said they're not coming toward you right now. Bottom of the deck is Queen of Cups. They want to come and make this offer to you. They want to say how sorry they are. This is what they're hoping for. They're hoping that the Divine Feminine is going to be in her Queen of Cups energy and not her Queen of Swords energy. But you know what? Be the Queen of Swords, baby. You do what's right for you. You don't worry about what little man has to say. If he's not coming to you as an emperor, as a divine masculine, like in his sacred masculine energy, where he has some elevated into, and I want to say a more prophetic energy, come right or don't come. That's my motto. Come right or don't come. Let's pull a few cards for Divine Feminine. This is an opportunity to kind of reestablish the connection. This is what he desires. He wants to reestablish the connection, but he's terrified, baby, because he knows he did you wrong, and he knows that you're not afraid to be in your Queen of Swords energy. He wants the Queen of Cups because that's what makes him feel good, but he's terrified of that Queen of Swords because next time she swings the sword, it's done. Seven of Cups flew out right over the Divine Masculine side in the challenge position. I'm going to leave it there because he's just trying to figure out, how the hell am I going to make this right? How the hell am I going to make this right after what I did? And I'm not indicting the Divine Masculine. He was in distorted masculine energy. He was in that egoic. The collective of Divine Masculines were all in that ego-centered attitude. And they did a lot of damage to a very forthright Divine Feminine who was offering love. She was just making this beautiful offer from her Divine Feminine self. Although she had a lot of healing work to do, there had to be a catalyst to trigger that healing work. And that catalyst was the Divine Masculine using her. It could be for sex. It could just be for sexual energy. Could be for escapism. But the connection was beautiful. And to her, it was sacred. To him, it was distorted. Here we have the Six of Pentacles. You're absolutely right. Six of Swords, Six of Pentacles. She's not going back into anything that's not equal. Give and take. But remember, Divine Feminine, giving, you also have to receive. So she's gotten to, I'm not going to give more unless I start to receive something. My self-worth has changed now that I know I am entitled to receiving, being treated well, being respected, being valued. Yep. Here's that Page of Swords. I think he sees this in her. He sees this change. And there's the Two of Cups. It even makes her more desirable. Bottom of the deck, Eight of Swords. Divine Feminine is not going back. Or at least, I hope you don't. Into an energy where you're undervalued or not valued at all. The Divine Masculine has to step out of his egoic framework and move into his spiritual framework where he values the Divine Feminine as the divine being that she is. And if he doesn't, don't bother. Three of Cups. Absolutely. The message that I'm really getting here is the Divine Feminine has really stepped into her worth, her authentic self, her sovereignty. So you've come a long way, baby. And she's not afraid to be that Queen of Swords. She can be the Queen of Cups. That's what he's used to. That's what he expects. But now she realizes he took advantage of that. And now, swords out. Until he proves he's trustworthy and that he values her for the divine being that she is. I'm going to pull this card because it's been staring at me. It's driving me crazy. Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. Was that forgiveness card. The divine feminine still resents this a little bit, the fact that he just used her. And it feels like sexually. I mean, it feels like a very, he valued it as a conquest. You know, another notch in the bedpost, so to speak. And she was all in. And now he's got to figure out how to make it right. All right, I'm going to leave it there, twins. Namaste. Wish you love, light, and happiness.